Hey, this is Hans from Dakota Angler and Outfitter. In this video we're tying the Gotcha bonefish fly. This is just the standard version, no rubber legs or anything fancy. I've got a size 6 hook in the vise. This is a Daiichi 2546. I'm going to use 210 denier fluorescent shell pink thread. I'll start by laying down a base of thread. Then I'll come back about 2/3 of the way to the eye, and I'm going to tie in small bead chain. So this is a size 6, and you can tie the 6, which is a good kind of all-purpose size, with two different sizes of these bead chain eyes. So it's good to have some tied with this small bead chain and then some tied with medium bead chain. And what that does is it gives you an option, depending on how deep a water you're fishing, how spooky the fish are, that you have the correctly weighted fly. So to tie in these bead chain eyes, just take and tie in over the top like that, then change directions and go over from the opposite direction and keep some thread tension on, and just keep going back and forth, alternating with that tension on there, and that'll square the eyes up and get them nice and tight to the hook. Now I'm going to go to the back of the straight part of the hook shank, and I'm going to tie in a piece of flat diamond braid. You can also use, there's Vivas tinsel that's like a flat tinsel like this, but I use the hairline flat diamond braid. What I want to do is take about a hook shank's length of that diamond braid and tie that in at the back of the hook so that it hangs off for a tail. Get 2 or 3 wraps on there, fold that up, wrap my thread forward, come in front of the eyes. Then I can take my flat diamond braid and just wrap over the body nice and tight. And when I get to the eyes, come up over the top of the eyes and tie down. And then save this tinsel after you cut it off for your next fly. Now, before we move on, you can just take your scissor points or a bodkin and just kind of fluff that up, and that makes a nice kind of pearlescent tail in the back. Now I can turn my hook upside down. Let me just adjust the camera slightly here. And what we'll do on this side of the hook now is we'll take 4 strands of crystal flash. There's 2 ways to do this. I think I'll go for the 2-strand method, which will lock this crystal flash in a little bit better. I'll take my 2 strands of crystal flash that are fairly long, tie that down in the middle of those strands, and take the other 2 and fold them back. That'll lock them in place. Now I've got a clump of craft fur, tan craft fur. You can also use pseudo hair from Hairline or polar fiber from H2O. They all work, just depending on which color and shade you want and length you want. Just going to use standard tan craft fur. I'm going to have this hang over the hook point almost even to the tail. So I need to even that up. It can even be slightly longer than the tail. Even up my ends. Tie that down. Cover that up, make a nice little head, and go ahead and whip finish that. Put in one more for good measure. There we go. And you can finish this with brush-on super glue, or another good way to do it is just take a little bit of UV resin, put that on, take your bodkin and even it out around the head of the fly. Once you're happy with it, sure it's got a good cure. I'll take my scissors, and then I've got my crystal flash a little long here, so I'll just take and trim that up about just slightly longer than the wing. And there you've got a gotcha. It's been one of the best flies for me everywhere I've chased bonefish. Definitely make sure you have some of those in your box. And again, tie some with the small eye as well as the medium sized eye, and then you're set for a variety of situations. I'm Hans from Dakota Angler and Outfitter. Thanks for watching.